This seems interesting, but I'm unfortunately not want to do manual labor, so might be more useful for one of my companions here.
So what else?
You guys seem first of all.
We were like, none of us wants to, have the fucking Shreky
The Shrek power? No,
Yeah, the Shrek power. No thanks.
Yeah, she says, in terms of magical items, I've not a whole lot of it on me.
That's not a big deal.
But in general, like, what kind of other stuff is there in here?
Mm-hmm.
There's an abundance of weapons, like there's daggers, there's swords, short swords, long swords, rapiers, there's great weapons, like gigantic two-handed swords and axes. There's a maul, which is a giant stone hammer. There's all kinds of different things, maces and the like. There's also sets of armor. Most of it being metal. And you also see a bag, not on this table, but the table beside you. You just kind of spot it as you're looking over. It's a bag with a face on the front. It's kind of like a satchel with a face printed on the front face of it. And it's not at this stall. That bag is at the next stall over, which is the Mages Guild, the Star Shadow Order one.
Is that like the Tycoon wallet from like the Zelda games? That's what it sounds like. Let me find a picture of that, because I don't think Nick has seen it. It's very small, but that'll do.
Oh my god.
So that's the Mages Guild stall, you said?
Yeah, that's at the Mages Guild stall, yeah.
Okay, so I'll move over there and I'll ask, what is this bag? What does it do?
So as Gunther just sort of breaks away from the others and moves over to the next stall over. It's run by a tiefling, and he looks up at you, and he says, "Oh, this bag. Well, I would love to sell you this bag, but it appears to be rather out of your price range. I mean, I'm sure we could haggle for a price."
Oh shit!
Oh, here we
Well,
go.
How out of our price range are you talking?
Yeah, what price range?
Now everyone else is interested in this situation.
I just like how he assumed that we're peasant.
Yeah.
Like, excuse you.
Excuse you.
So how much is it worth? And first of all, I would like to know what it does before I make a decision.
He says, well, I'd say maybe about 350 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. And what does it do?
This is a bag of holding.
Interesting.
Oh.
So if
Of
I
course,
show you
Ethan.
this little paper here, how much would it be?
Gunther
He's
just
like-
immediately with like coins in hand. He's like, "Yes, boy!" and just slams them.
Yes, exactly. And also, yeah, I show him the paper.
Yep. Okay. So you show him that that piece of paper. Says, "Well, I would be happy to sell it to you for, say, 250 gold. Then
Sounds like a good price for such a thing. I'm honestly willing to spend that much on a bag of holding.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I paid a guy.
Especially for the merchant, really.
Gunther is very happy with this.
What a find.
I was wondering, like, when will I ever find a bag of holding? Well, today's the day. It feels like Christmas.
It's pricey. You might have to suck dick for this.
Make him laugh.
Let's
to
get that
death.
black dragon in here.
Jesus.
Good God.
He's thinking about it.
So you are you gonna pay the price for that, or?
The 250?
Yep.
Actually,
Oh,
would
no.
like to know if I can haggle a bit with that.
Oh no.
250 is a good price for something like that, so I'll take it at 250. Gunther is not that
Alright.
stupid.
Yeah, that's probably.
He's been wanting one.
Alrighty. So
Treat yourself, bruh.
I
You can add
remember.
that to your equipment.
I feel like
Yeah.
we've been training ourselves a lot lately.
And
Hell yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Looks happy.
Little happy face printed on the front, yeah. It's quite nice.
I don't care what bag you have.
Now I can now I can
No, I'm
stop storing
not
stuff
bullshit.
I can store more stuff in there than on my person.
Yeah, you can put like ridiculous things in those, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
I also
The bag of holding has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions, roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth of the 4 feet and 4 feet deep. It can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. It weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its contents. It basically has a small pocket dimension inside of it, like an extra little plate of existence inside of it that you can reach into and pull things in and out of.
Oh my god.
It's like a gateway.
It's kind of like the little box we have, but better.
Better.
Yep. What's its
Yep.
dimensions again?
The dimensions of it aren't really important. It can sort
No,
of
like how much it holds, I think.
It's
You mean.
500 pounds, you said?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's just a magical bag of holding that has a pocket dimension in it, and it's like purgatory in there. It's just white space. Like you can
Nice.
fit anything in there. It can, like, the mouth of the bag, like when you open it up, open the flap on the top and open up the bag to fit it over something, the bag will stretch to fit anything that it needs to fit.
Excellent.
You also see a rather metal or brass looking belt on the table there. As you're looking over the table, back at the other table where everyone's still talking to Silver Lady Dragon, what are you guys all doing?
Right.
Cool.
We didn't plan this through.
Yeah.
Because like I don't think anyone is really interested in weapons right now, and everyone just recently got like
a shit ton of
a
weapons.
shit ton of weapons and armor.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of like,
I would be more interested in looking, but I have like no gold, so
oh no.
Unfortunate.
I have
It's like, it's a
little
market
bit.
day. Everyone's like, yay. Lazara's like, no.
Oh. I guess everyone kind of expected to like get money, or yeah.
I thought we were supposed to get like a reward, like money, but
We
okay.
we also have wine we can sell.
Yeah,
You're
someone could
right.
sell something. Does someone have anything?
We have 2
Let me
barrels.
look.
I
I think I might have something I can probably sell.
still have that SLR that I got in Reprise.
Oh, this
True.
might be a good place to sell that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, would be good. Actually, I was thinking
And
about it
if
too.
anyone, she would probably be the one to sell it to, because the store that they have appears to be somewhat of a smithy, like a blacksmith. So
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to ask her how interested she is in this.
all right, so you bring out this Estel ore and place it before her, and she takes it and she holds it up to the light. You can see back when you were surrounded by green, it wasn't quite as noticeable. But now that you're in an area that is all just snow white and grey brick, like looking at it now, it looks almost emerald-like in its hue. And she's looking it over, and she looks completely fascinated by this. She says, "How much do you want for it?"
Wow, I didn't really think about that.
Gunther.
Yes.
normal.
Am I needed?
For once, yes.
Fucking voice.
this is my moment.
So, what do you need?
They need me.
Lord.
Gunther wasn't paying attention because he was doing other things, but what do you need?
How much do you think we should sell this SLR for?
Roll an appraise check for me.
I think you already told me before, but I'll roll 1. Because I have the price listed in here.
Oh, you have it written down?
Yeah, you told me a while ago when I first got it, but I didn't have the appraise skill, so I'll run it.
Alright, what did you oh, excellent. What did you write down for it previously?
15. Because that's what you told me.
15?
But you did say that if you take it to a different place.
Yeah, it would be higher than 15 if it was outside of
yes,
the price.
this lump of ore in particular, to this specific merchant, you could probably get her to pay like 70, 80 gold for this.
Ooh.
It's a decent sized
I'll show her I'll show her like my arm guards that are made from that, and like be like, hey, it's pretty cool.
She
works pretty nice.
Yeah, she looks enthralled by this. Like, she wants to get her hands on it to see what makes it tick and, like, work with it and see what she can make from it.
So I also have those 2 extra SL ore as well, so I'll add those to this.
All right.
Yeah, and I have 3 of them.
I would
so.
say about 80 gold pieces would be the right price each.
80 gold, and you see her just sort of
For each.
look up into the sky, closes one eye, and you can see her just sort of doing math in her head. She says, 80 gold for each one is a fair price, I think.
Excellent.
Alright, so for each lump of Estel ore, you can multiply it by 80 gold.
Yep, and I had 2 of them, and I'm gonna give 80 gold to Faye because she's the one that gave them to me. So
Yay.
it's only fair.
See,
Yep,
it pays
so-
to be nice.
Yay. 80 gold for Faye, 80 gold for Gunther, and how much for Lazara?
Let's see. So
How many
she has
did
3.
you have?
She has 3 of them. So
about 240.
okay.
You're not broke anymore. Yay! And we got out of this.
All right. So,
Yeah,
That was
well,
a thing.
this guy is gonna have to suck it up, because you can't force someone.
Yeah.
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 She gave us
Or-
money.
Shit.
Oh, buy that guy.
I mean, she just seems not interested. It doesn't mean it would never happen. It just means that right now she
She's
doesn't
not
really.
ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
Looking at her, how old does she look?
Wow, that's rude. She
Like, what's her age, approximately?
well, the thing is,
Can I not tell?
how have you? What have I told you of Dragonborns and how they age? How
Not
long they live?
much. You've told me that they have about the same lifespan as a human.
Yeah, they live to be about 80, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she looks to be, I'd say, about 50, and
Okay.
he's probably about the same, maybe a little younger.
Yo, she's never gonna be ready.
Yeah.
She's not ready now. She's never gonna be ready.
Shit.
I think this is something we should leave alone before we make it worse for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone just steps back like, I ain't in it. Like-
The attempt was made. Didn't work. Sorry.
Okay. So as Aziz packs away the Essel ore into one of the crates she has emptied, she says, "So where did you find this?"
Oh, back back in the mines near Reprieve.
Curious. I shall have to set up a trade route through our guild. See if I can get some more of this. This is very interesting. Thank you very much.
It's no problem.
Right, so with that out of the way, what else would everyone like to do?
Right. I kind of want to drop by the guild and see
Mhm.
what's up with that because I think it's weird that I've never heard of it.
All right.
So I don't know if anyone else wants to come.
I'll go with her.
To do other things. Okay.
Okay. So you head over to the Scabbard Guild building.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk inside and you can see all of you see this same person who's the big suit of armor walking out toward you all, and they have a parchment in their hand, all coiled up. And they step aside and allow you to pass because they take up a lot of the doorway. Like, this is a big person.
We keep running into this guy. Like, do I notice anything interesting about them? Besides the fact that they're huge.
They appear to have 2 longswords. And normally people would have longswords on their back, sort of like in a cross over their back. This is by their sides. It's that big of a person that a longsword is basically a short sword to them. And you really aren't able to tell much about them because the full plate helmet that they have on is completely concealing all of their features.
I
Huh.
feel like I've seen this guy before. Actually, no, I have.
Yes.
Yeah, Gunther's the only one who's seen him before, right?
Yeah, but I never talked to him.
They have a fur cloak that runs down their back that's kind of, you think it's like winter gear that's kind of, they've had it for a long while. It looks pretty ragged.
I wonder if he's a guildie here.
Looking down at the parchment in their hand that's sort of coiled up into a scroll shape, that looks to be a contract for a job.
Oh,
Hmm.
so he is.
Hmm.
More than likely.
At least he's accepted a job from them, so either he is or he's
Interested in.
just interested in it, yeah.
Okay. Who else is in here?
He's walking away from someone who appears to be writing something down in a book. It's a half-orc woman. big woman with like the big half-orc tusk-like teeth that jut up from her lower jaw, and her black hair is pulled back into sort of a braid. She's big and she's shredded. Like she's got a big scar down like her right side as well, down her face, and you can see it running down her arm and stuff as well.
Hot damn.
Wearing sort of like wearing sort of leather gear, and has a metal piercing through the center of their nose.
Yes.
And I calm down, Faye.
10 out. No, that's not Faye, that's me.
Okay. And
10
I
out of
don't
10.
know her.
Mm-mm.
I've never met her.
She
Okay.
does not look familiar.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna approach her and ask her who's in charge.
And she looks up at you, and you didn't notice it before because she was looking down at the book, but she looks up and her eyes are like bright emerald green.
Oh.
Like
Lacey's out of
piercingly
control.
so.
I should watch out.
And she, so like wiping drool from her keyboard.
Do something about your wife.
I tried, but she's unstoppable.
Insatiable. But yeah, she says, "Well, that'd be me." And she stands up to her full height. She's like easily 6'5".
Yes.
And she reaches down to shake your hand, and she's wearing leather fingerless gloves that almost match yours, Diana.
Hey.
It says Tuozar Ribgut.
Wow. What?
That's her name.
Yeah, okay. I introduced myself as well. Yeah, I'm
All right.
Diana Bloodthorn.
She takes your hand. Your hand is small inside of hers. Like her hand completely engulfs yours in this handshake. And then she tilts her head to one side, and she almost looks to be studying you. Says, "Diana, would you happen to know Simone?"
I was about to ask you the same question.
And she, you see her face light up in a big toothy half-orc smile. And she steps around the counter and wraps her arms around you and brings you up in a big, tight bear hug. And you feel, it might have been from the cold, but you feel all the stuff in your back just crack under like the weight of this hug.
Oh my god.
God, I wish that were me.
Can I do something about this? Nah. I think it's hilarious.
And she sets you down and she says, "Oh, I've been waiting to meet you for so long. I haven't contacted him in forever. I'll have to send him a letter and let him know that I've seen you."
Okay. I had no idea this place was in here.
Oh, yes, he likes to discuss business as little as possible, to be totally honest. Whenever I hear from him, it typically starts off as business talk, but then it just delves into, "Oh, what's Diana up to?" And so I probably don't know a lot more about you than you realize at this point.
Oh. Yeah, I just happened to be passing by, and I figured I'd drop by and see what was up with this place, because, yeah, I had no idea.
He says, "Well, you're more than welcome to the lodgings here, and your friends as well. It's we're more than happy to look after you here."
Thank you. There's a place.
Like, to be honest, it's probably pretty rough and tumble accommodations here.
I mean, yeah, but
Like, it's a lot like the place, the Sigil Shield that you stayed at in Syria, where it's just like a bunkhouse. That's kind of more the accommodations they have here, so not surprising they'd offer some. But at the same time, like, you have pretty nice accommodations set up at the castle, so you're all right for now. But yeah, she says, "Well, it's welcome to the city." Are you here on a job, or are you anything I can do for you?
Well, sort of. Also, I introduce everyone.
Okay.
Hello.
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 Greetings.
Right. Just I don't know if I should talk about the bigger thing that we're doing
Mm-hmm.
for now. So maybe I'll just mention that we happened to run into the prince and we helped him. So we're just kind of here for festival and stuff.
Oh, excellent. Well, it's good that you made it in town in time for the festival. It's a wonderful time. And she leans over and she says, "It's after market day that everyone gets pretty plastered. Everyone gets completely hammered. It's wondrous.
Yeah, that sounds like my
very-
kind of party.
Very
Oh, God.
rarely does everyone attend the celebration in the morning to see off the king for the pilgrimage. Everyone else just gets completely hammered and then sleeps until noon."
Oh my god,
Sounds nice.
that's amazing.
She says it's typically because everyone sells a lot on market day. They make a whole lot of money, and then they have all this money to work with, and they just spend it all on alcohol. It's a wonderful time.
Right, so that's good that we get to be here for that.
She says she'd love to share a drink with you.
Yay! Yeah, we should hang out. I actually like. I'll probably ask her stuff about like Simon and because I still find it strange that I've never heard of her.
Yep. Well, you hear the door behind you open as the big suit of armor person walks out, and the Tuozar, she waves to the person, and the other person waves back, and she thumps her chest, and the other person stands there awkwardly for a moment, and then thumps their metal plate chest and walks out.
So who's that?
Oh, that's someone that wanted to just pick up one of the contracts for the guild. They don't really work here, but I figured I'd send them on a rather easy job just to get them started out. Not gonna send them after the frostworm that's hanging out or anything like that. Just send them after something easy.
Frostworm.
That sounds dangerous.
I meant to ask the guards about that and I forgot. Damn it.
Oh yeah, it's a thing that everyone knows about here. That's it's something that well, it tends to hang out in the wastes to the west of here, and it burrows underground and pops out, and it's big enough to swallow a person whole very easily.
How is this an easy job?
Oh, it's we
silly.
send people out to slay them, things like that. That one in particular, they seemed rather interested in one of the contracts I had. Originally, we'd thought it was a band of roving goblins, but it turns out that it was a band of orcs that was terrorizing traders and the like passing through. So we just handed them that job, and they're going and taking care of the orcs. They're in the woods to the south of here.
I see.
Yeah, because Gunther's the only one who run into them before, but we did see him when we got here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is because we kind of
spotted them. Yeah.
Well,
Random.
I think he kind of passed by us as we were entering the weapon shop in Saria.
Yep, that was also the case.
All right.
Yeah, so the three of us have seen him too.
This is true. Yeah, I'll just say that I was curious because I keep running into them.
Oh well, that really doesn't surprise me. You seem to be all kitted out in some decent gear, so you probably, I mean, you work for the guild, right? You go about slaying stuff. I'm not at all surprised. You'd probably run into him a few times.
Yeah,
That's the thing that you realize with the Scabbard Guild is like, a lot of guildies like tend to know each other, like more so because the only guild hall that you've known of this whole time was in Passage, and everyone there kind of was family. But you know, everyone kind of knows each other in this guild, so it's pretty. This whole experience is pretty surreal. It's like, and the structure of the building, like on the outside, it matches with the rest of town, but on the inside, it's eerily similar to what you're used to back at home. And it's really bizarre, and like it's kind of like this weird Twilight Zone thing where it's like, this is your home, but it's not your home. And it's like this weird dream sequence you're in where it's like, what the fuck is happening?
I need to have a talk with someone. What time is it right now?
At the moment, you're nearing midday.
Right. So does anyone have anything else they want to do?
But before we leave here, I'm actually just going to ask Orc Lady if anyone can take contracts here.
Well, yeah, if someone's interested in joining up with the guild, we send them on a little test run, something not too tough, but something we expect them to be able to handle if they're going to be in with us. We send them off on a mission, they take care of it, and they come back alive, and then we welcome them into the guild, pay them for it. If they don't come back alive, then, well, we just put the contract out for someone else.
You got me at pay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh yeah, everyone gets paid for their efforts here. It's contracts that get given to us are typically delivered by townsfolk and the guards that don't want to have to deal with it. People will bring to the guards some of their problems, like, oh god, there's a giant frostworm. You know, first thing I can think of off the top of my head. And the guards, and the guards will, well, they won't want to deal with that. So they bring it to us, and we send some people out who are cut above the guards who can handle it, hopefully. No one's taken out the frostworm yet, but, you know, all kinds of different jobs, so we'll save that one for someone who's really interested.
Maybe someday.
Maybe. I'd like to join you on that hunt. That'll be interesting.
Hey.
That'll be a lot of
Sure, I'm not that person.
fun.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
How much is the pay for that?
Oh, the price in the frostworm's head? Oh boy, that's I think it's 3,000 gold provided by the city.
Oh, boy.
That's a nice one. That's going to be a good contract. Everyone's too shit scared to pick it up, wusses. But if anyone does pick it up, I'd happily go with them to hunt that thing. I wouldn't even take a cut. I'd just be into it for the hunt. That'd be tons of fun.
We gotta consider that, guys.
Yes, but I like living too.
That's also true. Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah.
can make 3,000
But
by
a
we did
frostworm
just-
is a lot of death.
I can make money by selling things.
We did just slay a Medusa and it went fine.
Yeah, but this is way smaller.
She looks
I mean,
down
so-
at Gunther and like she reaches her hand out and places it on top of his head and sort of tussles it, and she looks like she's doing it really casually. But Gunther, you feel like your neck could snap at any second for the force behind this. Like, it's real casual, like, oh, adorable, and then you're just like, oh god,
I'm gonna have to go to the hospital.
like your head just gets shit whipped around. You're like, god damn, what are you?
I'm having whiplash.
She's like, ah.
Uh,
You merchants are adorable.
This lady just murders Gunther right in front of us.
Yeah, so easily. So easily.
Fucking
Like, you
wrecked.
think she could just, like, pick you up and snap you in half, like, with ease.
I'm a twig. I wouldn't
She's
use
got a
the
lot of
eyes.
strength. Yeah, true. Yeah, she's like, oh, you merchants are adorable.
I'm just saying, maybe when we're a higher level.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
I'm with. Hey. At least I'm with you, Die.
I mean, if I can be 100%
She
sure
gives
I'm
you
not gonna
a
die,
she gives
I
you
can
a
help.
pat. She gives you a pat on the back, Lazira, and it almost vaults you forward onto the ground. She's like, "Oh, I like her. I like her. She's fun."
If my chances of survival are above 95%, then I'm in. But otherwise,
That's the trick, isn't it? There's a lot of people that want to go on this hunt, but they look at their odds and then they panic and freak out. But you just got to be smart about it, I suppose. Trying to take it on head on, like a lot of the knuckleheads in this guild try to do. It's not for the meatheads. It's one for a thinker for sure.
You gotta be smart
oh
about it.
well, then that means it probably would be a good idea.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When it does pop out, you're gonna need a hell of a lot of force to deal with that thing. But
Yeah, definitely.
yep.
I like coming up with plans though, so
I'm saying maybe
good.
someday we're doing something
Eventually.
else right now.
Maybe
But
someday.
maybe
Maybe
someday.
Doesn't Gunther have the lowest intelligence though?
Oh my god.
Maybe.
What's his intelligence?
11?
Oh,
It's average. It's not bad.
that is not average.
You're almost tied for Lazaro.
Average is a 0.
Yeah, well, no. Actually, the average
Man.
townsfolk villager is just 10s.
So you're only slightly above average.
Only slightly above average intelligence.
I'll show you someday.
Say whatever you want. My intelligence is 15.
Whenever my intelligence raises to 12, I'll show you.
Yes, your intelligence raises to 12, and you'll finally be equal with Lazira. That's great.
And then I'll probably have a bonus point in my stuck up intelligence. Finally, my investigation might suck a little less.
Well, if we're not doing anything else, I'll probably just hang out in here and like talk to. What's her name again?
Tuozar Ribgut. I'll write in the chat for you.
Yeah, please. Because
Help!
okay, Dabby, no, kitty. Yeah, I probably just hang out for a while and just talk to her, and I want to ask her like, where she knows someone from.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So, what are the rest of you doing while this is going on?
I might have done enough spending for now,
Yeah, same.
but I would like to do some selling.
Alrighty. So,
Now,
what
where
exactly
would
are you
be
gonna
the
do?
best place to sell a blanket? A nice blanket I got from a crooks.
Oh my god.
Of course, you have blankets.
I have Shaw's blanket.
I can't take Gunther and Blanket seriously anymore.
I
No.
still have Shaw's
Neither can
blanket
I.
with me.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Well, odds are probably the Arrow Rock Hunting Co. would be the best way to go. Either that or maybe the Electrum Trading Company. But
Yeah, I'll
the
try
Hunting
that
Co.
one.
would probably, yeah. Either the Hunting Co. or the Electrum Trading Company.
Yeah, I might try my luck with the trading company. Seems like
Alrighty.
might be better.
Alright. So you, Gunther bids everyone farewell and heads off to one of the other stalls. Is everyone who's staying with Diana and who's going with Gunther?
Where's Gunther going?
He's going to a store.
Oh, okay.
to
I
sell his
actually
blankies.
want to go and talk to somebody from the Mages Guild.
Okay. All right. Everyone roll initiative.
What?
Relax.
What?
It's not for combat. It's just to decide who's gonna go with what first.
I got a little nervous there. I was like, whoa, what do we do?
It's like, oh boy, who's gonna fuck
the
us
Aquaman goes berserk and you all die. Like,
what just happened?
Jesus.
okay, so so we'll go Faye, then Lazira, then Diana, and then Gunther. Excellent. All right, so Faye, where are you headed?
So, other than shops, what exactly is in the village and everything?
There are, well, a lot of it is residential stuff, but there are also there are a couple of chapels or temples devoted to different deities, places of prayer and the like, and really there isn't a whole lot else. They seem to really, up here, just getting by seems to be challenge enough where they don't need a whole extra heap of flourishes and unique things in the city.
Is there a library nearby, or?
Yes, there would be actually.
Okay.
That would be one of the things that the Star Shadow Order, like the Mages Guild, they are kind of in charge of.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head off to the library and I'm gonna study up on that tome that I got back in a monastery.
Wondrous. All right, so you head off toward the library and find yourself sitting inside. There's a lovely roaring fireplace that's like keeping the whole place nice and toasty inside, and it's nice to get in there out of the cold. Oh, it's good. Doff some of the winter gear kind of armor and start reading through the book. And you read up on Mylil and the teachings and the like. And it's not so much a deity that requires much worship specifically. Like, you've heard of other deities like Tyr, one that is a deity of like law and order. But Tyr is one that like you would have to pray every day in the morning and, you know, say a prayer to Tyr, that kind of thing. But with this deity in particular, it's one that sort of gets its joy from its and its payment, if you will, from its followers by just a sort of a day-to-day through practice rather than through word. That's kind of how it does it. So it's he's more interested in people going out and doing good for people and you know, bringing joy to others and making them happy. There's also a whole heap of like probably the last quarter of the book is just like there's songs and rhymes and all kinds of stuff. It's a very different sort of religion than you're used to seeing with other deities. This one's a lot more laid back and fun-loving, it seems.
Oh, interesting. Would I have to go into like a temple or anything? You said like I don't have to pray or anything, but is there like any temples I am able to like visit to
contact this deity in some way?
Yeah.
Or attempt to? Yep.
Yeah.
So probably not a temple, but you find in the book that it seems to hint a lot at a place where there's a lot of echo, a place where sound is something that can travel far easily. So a place that's like a great hall, for example, that has a lot of open space and hard walls where the sound will bounce back off and reverberate and echo. That would be a good place to attempt to sort of reach out and contact this deity.
Interesting. Is there a certain like hymn or like rhyme I have to chant in order to get a hold of them, or is it
Not in particular that you're finding. Roll a religion check for me.
all right?
Okay. You sense that it's kind of a meditation thing, and judging from the type of deity itself and what you've read from it, it would be kind of a thing where you have to sit, find peace, and just think happy thoughts, and maybe you'll have a chance at contacting this thing.
Interesting.
About your happy place.
I gotta find my happy place.
Yeah, best you can tell, that's the way to contact this this deity, my lil.
Okay. Would there be any places like here in Veskir that would be suited for me to actually meditate and try to contact this deity, or
You
because
remember the main hall in the castle, like the foyer in there? That was a big open space with a lot of hardwood floor and walls, and that would be probably your best chance at this, following that kind of pattern. But you remember it being quite busy, so
not right now.
if you are going to do it, it would have to be probably after this this festival.
Right.
But yeah, if anywhere, that'd be the place. And is there anything else that you wanted to do?
Nope. For right now, not right now.
Awesome. Okay, so Lazira, what are you doing?
I wanted to go to the go speak to somebody from the Star Shadow Order.
All right. So you head over to their guild building, walking past the stall that was out front where you found that the guy that sold the bag of holding, that tiefling that was out front.
Right.
Into the building, the large guild building behind him. And heading inside, you almost run into something as you walk inside. There's a orb that was floating by that you almost hit your head on. It floats by and you look around, you can see all kinds of these crystals, gems, orbs that are all floating through the air through this this central room of the place. You can see all different kinds of the colors that mainly adorn the walls are sort of like a royal blue with purple, not purple, sorry, gold trimmings. And there is a sort of like a study hall off to the right where there's a whole heap of bookcases and rather comfortable looking chairs. And apart from one of these chairs being occupied, the rest of the place looks pretty empty. There is a tiefling woman who is sitting in one of these chairs and she's sort of flipping through a book, carefully reading it. She has her feet up on a stool that's propped up in front of the chair that she's brought over to use as a footrest.
Okay, I'm going to go over and approach her.
All right. She glances up from her book. You can see her looking up through these small round spectacles that she had sitting on the end of her nose, and she closes the book and places it down on the desk beside her, and takes off these glasses, and she holds them in her palm, and with her other hand snaps her fingers, and they just vanish. And she says, "Yes, how can I be of assistance?"
So Lazira just looks kind of confused. It just says, "So what was going on with that?"
With what? The book?
Oh, the orbs.
Oh, yes. Well, those are various seals of protection. Some of them protect the building itself. Some of them protect the people inside. Some of them are there to sense evil and things of that nature, and better prepare us if something that we don't like breaks into our guild building.
That's pretty smart.
Security measures, just to be sure.
So I was wondering, what are the requirements for joining the guild?
Well, joining the Star Shadow Order Guild, we offer jobs and the like. And you have if you join, you'll be an apprentice to begin with. And you will have a contact within the guild who will be more or less the mentor who will guide you through your training, I suppose. It would be one of the seers here would watch over you. And your duties as an apprentice would just be to use magic to benefit the guild once per month. Could be something minor, could be something major that benefits the guild, whatever it be, something that benefits the guild. Could be going and taking a job, or handling a request that the guild asks of you, and that would be your payment for the month, as it were.
So, Lazar clears her throat and breaks eye contact for a moment and says, "So, what kind of spellcasters are invited to join the guild?"
All kinds. We have warlocks, we have sorcerers, we have wizards and witches, all kinds.
Then she lets out a sigh of relief and says, that's good. I may be back. I'll keep this in mind."
Very well. You are always welcome.
And then she just kind of waves and leaves the bit.
Alrighty. This other person nods their head, snaps their fingers, and as they snap, they open that same palm, and these little reading spectacles pop up again. And she places them back on the tip of her nose and kicks back in her chair, puts her feet up on the stool, and continues reading from her place in her book.
Okay.
So, anything else you wanted to do?
Yeah, I want to just look at what they have installed again.
Okay. Looking over the stall out the front, you find a variety of different things, potions and various items that you deem to be of a magical variety. There's a bag, like a side bag's little satchel thing that's on the front of it. You can see sewn into the stitching on it. It's like a tan hand stitched bag. Sewn into the stitching, you can see flowers and various animals, like a little owl, there's a small fox, little things that are printed on the front of it and sewn into its design. And there's a belt, kind of a brass belt, that has a dwarven face on the front of the buckle, wearing a helmet with a beard coming out of the gap in the helmet.
So what's this thing?
Which one exactly?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice there were two different things. So one of them's a bag and one of them's
a belt. Yes.
Okay. I'll ask him about the belt.
All right. So the tiefling says, "Oh yes, this is a belt of dwarven kind. So while wearing the belt, it's one that requires attunement. You'll have to wear it for a little while to get used to it. So wearing the belt, your constitution increases, and you have advantage on persuasion checks that have that you're using to interact with dwarves. so you'll be better suited to talking and interacting with dwarves and getting better deals out of them and that kind of stuff. In addition, you have a 50% chance each day of at dawn of growing a full beard if you're capable of growing one. You have advantage on saving throws against poison and resistance against poison damage, dark vision, and you can speak, read, and write Dwarvish.
And so Lazar just looks completely uninterested and turns to the bag and says, "Okay, what about this?"
This would be a little bag of tricks. Look, they show it to you, and you can look inside, and it appears almost empty. When you reach inside the bag, you can feel there's like a small fuzzy object in there that kind of shifts around inside of your grip, almost like a ferret, but much smaller. And the bag weighs about half a pound. So the way it works is you can use an action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When it lands, it transforms into a creature that you determine by rolling a d8 against this table that I have here. Could be a rat, an owl, a mastiff, a goat, a giant boar, a lion, or a brown bear. It could be a variety of different things that it could transform into. And you can use... it's friendly to you and your companions, and you can use a bonus action to command it to move and what action it takes on its next turn. To give it like sort of general orders such as attack your enemies, that kind of thing. If you don't give it orders, it'll just act in a nature that's appropriate to it. Once an object has been pulled from the bag can't be used again until the next day. It's a once a day thing, and the animal, once it's out, will last until the end of a combat encounter, and then it'll vanish.
Okay, so how much you want for that?
Bag of tricks, 250 gold. I'll put the same price on the belt.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pull a Gunther and just go ahead and show him the letter and see if he'll lower it a bit.
Pull a Gunther.
It has a name now.
You're really just taking advantage of the bonus we got, so that's great.
You can see him sort of sigh, and he kind of thinks for a bit, and he says, I don't know, about 190?
I'll take it.
Excellent. And he hands you this little bag of tricks.
Okay.
That's going to be an interesting item to have.
Everyone always thinks like, oh, use it to attack something or use it for, that kind of stuff, but you can also use it out of combat. It just lasts for roughly the length of a combat encounter. You can just use it to fuck with people. Exactly. It's like a deck of illusions, which is like a tarot deck with cards that cause illusions to appear, much like Yu-Gi-Oh! But like you can use that to you can control them. So you could just toss out a card that's like a pair of guards, and just fuck with people, or like a pair of goblins will appear, or a pack of 4 goblins or some shit. Just frighten the shit out of people. It's wonderful. Such a fun item.
Except this was like a fucking giant bear. Hey! Have fun with that one.
Or an owl.
I can't remember. Did you say this bag had like a strap on it?
It does. It's kind of. Hang on, let me get an image of it up for you so I can better show you how it do the look. And it decides to properly load for me. That's what it looks like. But you can see, like, when you reach in, it's like the little fuzzy thing that's in there. That's like those little fuzzy balls that are in there. You can't see them, but that's like the kind of visual representation of what they would feel like. It's a little fuzzy ball that you can pull out and throw. And basically, you roll a D8, and I have a table here that tells me which of those 8 creatures it could be.
Okay.
So yeah, bag of tricks. Fun shit. Right, was there anything else that Lazira wanted to do?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Back over to Diana inside the guild hall there. And everyone else has kind of wandered. And you're still here with Tuozar.
Yeah. Since I ask a few things out of curiosity, maybe I can ask you later about that. But also, besides that, I'm considering talking to her about the situation got going with Vecna stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, just going to.
What was that? Kay's mic is still on, I think. I can hear him in the background.
We love you too, Kay.
I was saying that to Lacey.
He was
Now
like,
I
what?
feel like-
And Kay's like, I love you. Oh.
Lacey said she muted her mic. Did she lie to me?
No, I muted it.
I can hear both of you, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so the other stuff I'll ask you later. But this, yeah, I'm thinking of talking to her about that. Is anyone else in the guild at the moment?
At the moment, it's just you two. Like, you and this, Tuozar Ribgut. Like, it's just the two of you. Everyone else
the
is
two of
wandered
us.
off. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Right, so, I'm just going to tell her about that starting from the beginning. Like, we were in Syria, and this happened, and now we're kind of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of anything?
Well, the things that you're searching for would probably be of a decent amount of strength in them. Those are pretty tough magical items. Rare relics, one of a kind. Those are interesting for sure. You'll have to show me them when you find them all. That'll be fun to look at. Maybe we can use them to hunt this giant frostworm. That'll be a lot of fun.
I love how she's like, she really wants to hunt that thing down.
She really wants to. She seems like the kind of person that, like, as soon as there's the mention of like action and violence, like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm in. Like, she just psychs herself up about these things.
Well, since she's so down for that, I might just mention that after the festival is over, we're heading over to what was that place's name again?
Carnus' Solace?
Yes. To find what would be actually the last item. I think, yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, besides the staff that...
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so letting her know that you're heading over that way. and he says, "Well, I do kind of have responsibility with my guild, but if I could find the time, then you might be lucky if you let me know when you're going, and maybe I'll come with you. I'm sure there's plenty of fun stuff to kill in there."
Sure thing. Yeah, okay, so I'll let her know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so if she does come along, it'd be really helpful. Yeah, for now that is all I wanted to ask. The other stuff is more like just personal curiosity. I was going to ask about Simon, so I'll just talk to you later about that.
Okay. All right. So, nothing else you want to do?
No, just
Okay.
just assume I spend the rest of the day just chatting.
Yep. Making small talk and such.
Yeah.
Over to Gunther.
Hey, it's me.
Hey. Surprise.
Surprise.
So you're heading over to where, sorry?
Yeah, I was heading to the trading company so that I could do some selling.
Yep, okay.
I have a blanket to
I'll-
sell.
As you're heading over there, I'll get you to roll a perception check for me.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a moment.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Mm.
that is insane. I don't like that. Just make
It's
sure
a pretty
you blur.
crowded...
Make sure you blur that out in the chat if you put this in the video if you want.
Okay.
What else
I'll
did
make a
you
note
say?
of that in my editing. Yeah, so you hear that as you're walking by. You're positive that you heard it.
I don't like what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can I like identify kind of who did that?
So you look around. It's pretty it's pretty heavily obscured with people. There are people walking in all kinds of directions. It's a busy market day. I'll get perception from you again.
Where's that? There it is.
All right. You spy someone walking in the opposite direction, like someone who's just walked by you and is continuing walking in a hooded cloak, walking back the direction you came.
Sounds like a terrible idea, but yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna walk away.
All right.
Gunther is not that
Continue to walk.
excited to follow that kind of people.
Okay, so
He knows
you
better.
continue. You continue walking up to the Electron Trading Company, and you get there, and it is busy as fuck. There are people just running in all directions, and like there's people writing down in paperwork, and people are like, there's someone holding paper at someone else and talking to them and pointing at it, and the other person's like with their head in their hands, like, oh god. Just it looks like really busy for them. It looks like they're kind of managing the entirety of the event for the market day, or the logistics behind it anyway.
So where would I be?
But there is a stall out the front, and there's a dwarf who's standing there in front of it, and he has his hair kind of slicked back, and he has a beard that's kind of braided into a single knot at the bottom. And he you standing there looking at all the goings on, he kind of like waves you down and waves you over and says, if you're here to buy and sell, I'm your guy.
Ah, perfect. I was actually looking for someone to who would be willing to buy this off me. It's this blanket, and I show him the really nice fancy blanket that I got from Shaw's bed. I don't mention where I got it from though.
Back in
Yeah, back in Windmere.
Widmere. Okay.
It's traveled a bunch, but it's mostly been secured in my cart.
Yeah, he looks over it, and you have like the cart with like the box top, and it's quite well hidden away from the weather and stuff, and he kind of feels the stitching in it and gives it a good look up against the light and says, "Hi, this is fine material. How much were you hoping to sell it for?"
Okay, so last time you told me about that, you said it was worth about 50 gold, if I recall.
Yeah.
It was before I had the appraised thing, so you want me to run that first, or
No,
usually
you
what
will
I
have used your you will have used your appraise skill to work out that it was worth about 50 gold, but
Okay.
you could probably haggle it for a bit more.
Yeah, I wrote down myself. I wrote a note for myself. So I'd say it's about worth 75 gold.
Roll a persuasion check.
Where is that?
All right. He says, "Yes, I believe you would be correct. That'd be easily 75 gold."
Thank you.
So he hands you your gold and he takes the blanket. So, is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes. I was actually wondering about also this bracelet, and I showed him the bracelet I found earlier.
And he sort of looks it over and he says, I don't know, I suppose another 50 gold or so. I mean, seems like a pretty personal item, belongs to someone. Is it yours?
No,
He kinda looks
actually,
you
I
up again.
found it, but if anything, I
Okay.
could probably see if I can find the owner. Maybe they would be willing to give a reward for it.
Maybe.
So I kind of
As it
doubt it, and
As it stands, I'd offer 50 gold for it, but if you want to bring it back to its owner, you can do that.
not much of an errand boy, and getting it off my hands would be very nice for me. So yeah, I'll take the 50 gold for it.
All right. And he takes it and puts it away, and he offers you 50 gold pieces.
Excellent, thank you.
Says, so, what else can I do for you?
That was about all I needed, to be honest.
Alrighty. Well, have a nice day.
Thank you, and you too, sir.
So, you wander back out into the street,
Yes.
and yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I actually forgot to see if I. Well, it's so late for that, so I'll do that another time because I don't feel like going back. I forgot about the pink towels. With the ducks, I still have those.
You should keep those.
Yellow
They'd be
ducky
good.
towels.
I have
Yeah.
2.
Amazing.
But hey, I finally got rid of that blanket from Windmere. Now no one will ever know I stole those blankets.
Super secret.
Hey.
Oh my
Gonna tell
god.
you this.
Wait a minute. Where did the blankets come from again?
That blanket came from Shaw's bed.
Yeah, don't you think they'd be able to
They don't
piece
know
that
me.
together?
I mean,
Not really. There weren't really any like identifying factors on it, like initials or anything like that. It was just a really finely made
Okay,
blanket.
fair enough.
it literally
Yeah.
came from Windmere, which is like a good distance away
Other
from
side
here.
of a continent. Yeah.
Pretty sure they wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
but
lucky at this point.
they know that we broke into their house.
Well, there's only the guild leader that knew that, because we told them.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's the only person that actually knows. Unless he told about us, but I don't think he did.
Everyone knows blankets are warmer or stolen.
It's true.
Now I'm fully out of
You
blankets. I'll need to get
You
some
don't
more
take
at some
ones
point.
that are gifts. Those are the ones that you don't want. Those sometimes have SARS.
You have what?
SARS.
Oh.
SARS, the disease. Never mind.
Oh. Okay.
So, hashtag American history. So, you guys, find yourselves meeting back up with Diana and stuff. This could be either back at that same Star Shadow Order guild building, or you could meet at the castle. Where would you guys like to have done this? Because I assume that, like, you guys, before you all broke off and did your own thing, you would have organized, like, hey, let's meet up, blah 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 blah. You know?
I mean, yeah, because we have to go back for like the feast.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I just kind of assumed like we'd be there in time for that.
I also
Alright.
just realized a thing I could have done but didn't do. Put the
Rip.
barrel of wine in my bag.
You
Take
can.
that.
But
I
isn't
know.
that like the one we're keeping for ourselves?
No, we have two.
Yeah.
I thought we sold all of them but one.
No, we sold one, and I think that's. I don't remember selling another one.
We sold a bunch of them in like bulk.
Like, sold two of them in Reprieve. Are you sure we sold another one?
We only get one.
I mean, to be fair, there's a whole dungeon full of them.
Yeah,
that
I
you guys
mean,
know about.
it is
No
true.
one else.
I just could have sworn that we sold all of them.
Yeah, I think she's right.
What was this?
The barrels.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we
I'm
had at
pretty
least
sure.
one left.
Yeah, we
You
were
guys
like,
do
Yeah.
have one.
let's keep
Like, you
one and
sold
sell
all
the
but one.
rest.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to keep one for yourselves.
Yeah, maybe it's just me
Yeah.
that forgot to update my list, so I'll just do that.
Yep. Okay.
We could always drop by on the way back.
Yeah.
This is true.
If we ever need money, it's just like, yeah, let's go get some more barrels.
I mean, I have a bag of holding now. I can put a bunch. Well, I mean,
Yeah, that is true. Oh
as
my
much as
god.
reasonably possible.
Yep.
We should actually do that.
Money.
Yes.
But yeah.
Feast.
Yes.
Yes, a feast.
Food.
So are you guys heading over there to do that now?
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Because it is starting to get like late afternoon, and for a feast like this, you're going to be sitting around a table eating for some time. So you guys head back over toward the castle and meet up at the front entrance. And as you guys go to head inside, I think that's where we will call the session.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. Cool. Bless you.
Bless you.
I'll stop
Adorable.
recording right